Another careful production.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz. Welcome to Week 2 predictions. I'm your host Shabazz. That's Natty Baps. Last week for the pick'ems, I was 10-6. Natty was 9-7, and then for the spread, we both were 9-7. Week 1. That's all I'm gonna say. There's nothing else to it. Week 1. We talked about it yesterday at the review. This week 1 was week 1. It was pandemonium. It was a slobber knocker. All the Jim Ross quotes you can think of. It was that. Week 2, though, feel me? A lot of teams might get blown out. A lot of teams might be on upset alert. But for right now, we gonna talk about it. Before that, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get right. Okay. Oh man, how you feeling today? Not your word.
I'm feeling good. We talked about it yesterday, week 1. It's hard. We make predictions based off past performance and expectations of what we thought the season was going to be. So we're like, we think the Giants are going to be trash. They came to play. We thought the Texans were going to be trash. They tied. So it's like week 2 is a good, all right, was week 1 a bad omen for things to come, or was it an outlier, right? The teams that we thought were going to be bad, do they replicate? Do they rally on and continue to show growth and improvement and a winning football franchise? Or the team that get blown out, like the Rams, we'll talk about them later on, who do they bounce back as champions and like, all right, we not going to go down like some, I ain't trying to cuss in here, but then we ain't trying to go out like some sissies, right? We're going to show up and show championship fortitude. But week 2, anything can happen any given Sunday, and week 1 was prevalent of that. Let's see if it happens in week 2.
Right. And before we do that, again, any dub that a team can get matters. Whether against the bum ass Jets, the bum ass Lions, the bum ass, it don't matter. A dub's a dub. All right. So I'm ready. You ready, Natty?
Make it happen, baby.
Let's make it happen. So tomorrow night, we got the Chargers versus the Chiefs. Who you liking in this matchup?
There's a lot. I'm leaning Chiefs for the simple fact that Keenan Allen's hurt. Keenan Allen not tore his ACL, partially ruptured his hamstring a little bit. He's gonna be out for this week, and he might be back for a week after. But it's a short week. Teams coming off of teams going in on the road on a short week tend not to do well. I'm going to go with the Chargers, man. I think it's a combination of I love what they got going on, and we talked about it yesterday with the Chiefs, how they destroyed the Cardinals, right? Cardinals couldn't get any pass rush. But that's not going to be an issue with the Chargers. I think if you can rush forward without like blitzing and have people in coverage. I don't know the status of J.C. Jackson, but everybody else should be there. I think Asante Samuel got his pick, got his redemption.
Wait, J.C. Jackson's injured?
I don't know. He didn't play week one.
Wow.
So I think there's nobody on the Chiefs that scares you like Devontae scares you. So I think
Travis Kelce?
But Derwin James they've been battling for years. They always have a nice matchup. So in terms of receiver, there's nobody who scares you like Devontae or Savon Diggs or Justin Jefferson. Nobody on that caliber. They had Tyreek Hill. This might be the game where I'm like, maybe we should have gone with kind of kept Tyreek Hill. I think this is going to be show it. I got the Chargers winning.
Okay. I'm leaning with Chargers as well. I feel like Austin Eckler didn't even do much week one and they still won. So I feel like they're gonna try to get him because they're on the road from the Arrowhead. Like they're gonna try to get him more involved early. So you might see like a 10-yard rush to start the game, more passing opportunities down the line. I feel like I'm leaning Charger because they have more weapons. I know Keenan Allen's out, but last week proved they got Palmer, they got Carter. Mike Williams didn't catch anything. They just extended him. He didn't catch a single pass yesterday on Sunday. So they definitely, now that he's like Keenan Allen's out, he needs to step up. They're gonna make sure he steps up. So I'm leaning in for return of the Mac.
Am I tweaking? I have access to the document, but I put charges and didn't put it in, which is weird.
Are you sure you put I'll put it for you, son.
I'm sure, but all right, whatever.
Refresh it. We don't know. It's anyway. Not. It's anyway.
Let's go. That's fine.
Anyway, whatever. That's after. All right. So Dolphins versus Ravens. I'll take the lead on this one. Ravens is winning. You feel me? Nah, that was a bias. But realistic analysis, Cap, it's gonna be a good game because of the speed of the Dolphins. Dolphins got speed on speed on speed. They got Hill, Waddle, Moulter, Edmonds. Like they got speed. Tua, can he step up? You feel me? They played the Patriots defense. They're okay. They had some good stops against the Dolphins last week, but Baltimore's defense is better at this moment in time than the Patriots. Can Tua stop? Can he do more than just throw it like 10 yards in the slant routes or in routes or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, can he do more than that? That remains to be seen. This would be a good test for him. On our offense, on our side, we got to run the ball better. We did not against the Jets. We did not run the ball well or not enough. I know JK, he probably will play his first game back, so that's definitely going to help us out in the run game. Lamar, he didn't run a lot week one either. There was definitely some opportunities from 33s, 32s where he could have easily ran for the first down, but he didn't. And that might be because of the contract stuff, but that's another topic for another day. But in terms of this game, if we lose, a lot of people were saying Dolphins can make the playoffs. So this will be a quality loss, but you feel me? Ravens don't take L's. What are you talking about? So I'm rocking with my Ravens.
I gotta rock with the Ravens too. I think there's nothing really I can say. I just think I think it's gonna be this game is one of the best games in the 1 o'clock window for sure. Probably one of the best games all weekend. Second to my game, of course. I'm excited. I was betting I'd probably stay away from this game, simply because it can go either way. There's no like, oh my god, like I'm confident in the Bills, confident in the Ravens or the Dolphins, because I think the defense of the Ravens might stop the offense for the Dolphins. So then it becomes, can Lamar score? And in Dolphins past, it hasn't been like the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football last year. They literally said, fuck it, engage 8 and blitz and see if Lamar can beat you guys. So does Lamar get better? Can he get the ball out quicker? That remains to be seen. I think he can because I trust Lamar over Tua, and let's make it happen. I said I don't really got any productive insight on that one.
All right, so talk to me. Justin Browns. It's a trash game,
Trash green. I got
but
the
there
Browns.
has to be a winner, right? So who you got winning?
Give me the Browns. The Jets did a great job stopping the run last week. It was good with that. Regarding stopping the Ravens, but back to back weeks stopping you know Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. Like, I just think that Jacoby Brissett's not gonna win you the game, but he won't lose you the game either. So I
True.
think, and that's and I don't trust Joe Flacco. Like, I think it's gonna be a close game. Spoiler for my spread picks. I think the Jets are gonna cover, but I don't think it's gonna be a barn burner or like it's two terrible quarterbacks. Well, one terrible quarterback and one Jacoby Brissett. So it's like it's whoever can not make the bigger mistake, and I think it's going to be by the arms and legs of Nick Chubb carrying the Browns to 2-0.
Okay, I agree. I'm going with the Browns as well. I feel like Ravens running game was JK. We didn't have JK. We didn't have Gus Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Kenyon Drake is more of a pass catching back than a running like a north to south back. So our running game was non-existent. Browns running game is arguably the best in the league. Them and the Eagles. So feel me, Nick Chubb is gonna go crazy. Hunt's gonna go crazy. If you got one of them or both of them in fantasy, you're gonna have a good time. They're gonna have a good time. And the Browns defense is still they're still legit. So Joe Flacco's gonna be under the rest all game. Myles Garrett might get like 2.5, 3 sacks of himself and try to be like, yo, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Like it was emotional week 1, but week 2 we here. So Browns were 2-0, which not a lot of people expected, but hey, feel me? Shout out to the Browns. Shout out to the Browns. So we got Commanders at the Lions. The Lions are actually favored in this matchup. We'll talk about that later. But I'm going with the Commanders, man. I don't know why. I feel like I am a fan of Terry McLaurin. He's gonna eat. If AJ Brown was eating, I feel like Terry McLaurin can eat just as much. Maybe not get like the 140, whatever, but he definitely can get 100. And it's Jahan Dodson, bro, that he's looking like a legit wide receiver. His first game was a very impressive one, and they still got Antonio Gibson, Brian Robinson. Shouts to Brian Robinson. He got a guy that unfortunately was shot a couple weeks ago. He was in practice. He was on the bike, so he's trying to speed up his recovery process too. So the Commanders could definitely be 2-0. Looking at it, I can see why people would pick the Lions because everyone loves Coach Quinn. I said Coach Quinn. Dan Campbell, Dan Quinn, Dan, whatever. So everyone loves Close DC. There's a fighting team. They're a fighting team, a feisty team. So I can see why people would go with the Lions here. But I feel like if Carson Wentz does not fuck it up, then give it back to Jared Goff, who's gonna fuck it up. This is a battle. They were the first 2 picks in their draft. I think 2015, 2016. So like, yo, this is low key sneaky storyline here. Like, who's the worst quarterback? Who's the least desirable quarterback? I feel like Carson Wentz is gonna have a good day against the Lions defense. I don't think Jared Goff is gonna say the same thing because I know Chase Young is not playing, but still they have a pretty good defense even without Chase Young. So give me the Commanders.
Not so fast, my friend. Give me the Lions, baby. Give me the Lions. I know first disagreement. I know last week it took a minute. Last week it took a minute to get to the disagreement. I already made it. I just did it too. Lions, man. I think and by the way, spoiler, this won't be our only disagreement. It definitely will not be. It just I don't know why I feel so strong. Imagine Lions, imagine.
Lions, imagine.
Here's my thing. DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams, like the Lions have a great offensive line to run the ball, right? The Jags last week didn't really run the ball that too well. They threw the pass, they threw it to the running backs, but they didn't really run the ball and establish the line of scrimmage. So with Penei Sewell leading the charge on our offensive line. I think the Lions can push the ball, at least run the ball. Then I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love him. He's one of my favorite players. I have him in fantasy. Like, he's a dog, not like, but he got that dog in him. So I don't trust Carson Wentz. I don't trust Jared Goff either. But in terms of like firepower, yes, I love Terry McLaurin. Yes, I love Antonio Gibson. Yes, I'm starting to like Jahan Dotson. But I think the Lions, and at home, like they got embarrassed defensively. I don't think the Commanders can take advantage of the bad pass defense of the Lions because Carson Wentz is going to make one too many bad plays. And I think the Lions got him. I seriously, I honestly think the Lions got him for sure. Speaking of gotten them, I think the Jags. The Jags somehow, some way, they always keep it close against the Colts. Always, no matter what quarterback is there, the Jags always keep it close. Now, if it's Texans and Titans, that's a whole different story. But the Jags somehow, some way, always make the Colts struggle.
And it's at Jacksonville.
And it's at Jacksonville. Literally last game of the season last year, all the Colts had to do was go to Jacksonville and win. They couldn't. So I don't know. I just got the Jags. I just got the Jags. Like no astute football analysis for me. I just think Trevor Lawrence gets one.
I'm going with the Colts, man. I think they're gonna come out with the urgency early. They're gonna establish the run game with JT. They ran it a lot, but I feel like they had some plays where they could have ran it more. And I think they're gonna establish the run early and often. He might get a buck. He might get a buck 5,200. He might get that. Michael Pittman might get 100 yards himself again. Matt Ryan, he might play a little bit more aggressively because he had like 300 yards, so he was throwing it. But I feel like it wasn't leading to touchdown. There's one thing always with the Colts last year, even this year, like they haven't established not an identity, but more like they haven't been able to close drives. And by close drives for the non-football fans here, I mean get touchdowns. Field goals are cute, and they help you win games when it's a tie, you need a go-ahead score. But if you can get a touchdown in like the first drive, second drive, to kind of get your momentum, because then the offense of the other team has to press. They have to get aggressive. That's why the Cardinals lost, because when the Chiefs were going touchdown, not field goals. When you settle for field goals, it gives defense did their job. Let's try to tie it up with a field goal or get a touchdown. Now, or should not be a sentence. Touchdown should be the main priority. If you guys settle for a field goal, I think Blankenship is injured, even so, or he got released, one of those two. Like, bro, it's Colts. Y'all lose. If y'all tie to the Texans and y'all lose to the Jags, bro, y'all gonna mess up my parlays, bro.
Titans winning the division. Word.
Ruse. But I got the Colts winning. You got the Jags winning. That's back-to-back disagreements. Are we going for the dynasty? Are we going for the trifecta? You tell me.
Come on. You already know what I'm going for, bro. Let me handle this real quick. Saints got this. Am I as confident as, I always was? Like last week, I was like, oh, we're going to blow the Falcons out or not. Of course not. Got to respect Tom Brady. Got to respect that Bucs defense. But I think the Cowboys defense showed, hey, the Bucs don't got the weapons, and that offensive line for the Bucs, losing Donovan Smith, the left tackle, and they lost Ryan Jensen to free retirement. Robert Hainsey, shout out Notre Dame, he's been looking a little wobbled as well. The only solid person they have is Tristan Wirfs on the right side. Cam Jordan has his number. We got people and bodies that can get after the passer without having to blitz. That's the great thing about Dennis Allen against the Bucs. In the regular season, we are literally 4-0. Last 4 games in the regular season, we've beaten them. When it mattered most, in the playoffs we lost, which was not fun, obviously. But we take care of the ball. Jameis hasn't thrown an interception, and he has 16 touchdowns and 3 picks in his last 8 games starting. So he's not turning the ball over. Him and Michael Thomas started off a little shaky. But in the second half, his fourth quarter, it's money time. Alvin Kamara is hurt, a little banged up with the ribs. He did practice today. He's got to practice tomorrow. Probably be a full go on Sunday. So he's a little wobbled. It becomes Bucks defense, Saints offense. Who can capitalize on what? And I think the Saints got it. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. I'm not predicting 38-3 or 31-3 like we did a couple years ago in Tampa, but it is in New Orleans. I think that gives us a home field. It's a first home game. Give me the Saints. I don't have a score prediction, but give me the Saints.
All right, I'm going with upset alert for the Bucks. Let's go Saints, man. I'm going with the Saints. You convinced me. I was leaning Bucks. I think it was leaning Bucks. But you mentioned the offensive line and how the Cowboys gave them the blueprint. I feel like they're gonna the Bucks are gonna have the sense of urgency to press, how to get the touchdowns. But Marshawn Lattimore clamping on Mike Evans. So then who is left? Julio Jones is gonna have a game because I don't think you guys have another corner. Marcus Williams is in the Ravens. Shout out to you guys. See, Gardner Johnson's on the Eagles now. So feel me, it's gonna be hard, son. Like, if Tom Brady can get the ball out, shoot, I don't know. But actually,
don't do it.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
What do you mean by that?
Don't do it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't talk yourself out of it.
Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna say. Panthers and Giants. I'm going with the Panthers, man. I'm going with the Panthers.
There we go with the dynasty. 3 out of 4.
Bro, I feel like I'm not that much of a dick rider to Baker Mayfield where he's gonna lose every game. He's gonna win some games. He's gonna win some games, y'all. He's gonna win some games. Giants, they barely squeaked. The Titans folded that matchup. They muffed the punt and they didn't run the ball a lot. They had the lead and they did not run the ball. They didn't milk the clock with Derrick Henry, the best running back in the game, arguably. Oh, you get it again.
I can edit it. It just doesn't show me on the document, but that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, bro, I got the Panthers, man. I got the Panthers. I feel like Christian McCaffrey, he didn't really do much. The Giants defense didn't really Ryan Tannehill is limited, and Baker Mayfield is, I think, at this moment, slightly better. Theatrics aside, he's just extra for no reason. But CMC, he's gonna have a good game. Saquon's gonna have a good game as well. But I'm going with the Panthers. It's gonna be close because both teams are trash. But give me the Panthers.
Give me the Giants, man. I can't believe I'm saying it as a resident New Yorker, but I live in Indiana now. I think the Giants, man, something about them. Brian Daboll got the boys right, and here's the only reason why I'm going. I think CMC is gonna score. I think Saquon's gonna score. But here's the key difference. The Bucks. I said the Bucks. My bad. Browns ran roughshod on that Panthers defense. 140 yards just to Nick Chubb alone. Now, the Browns' offensive line is probably one of the best, if not the best, in the entire NFL. Indeed. Giants, not so much. But Saquon ran for $180. So I think, and the Titans' defensive line is great. It's fantastic. So I just think that the Giants, if they limit Daniel Jones' impact, not necessarily make him a game manager, but hey.
Make him a game, bro. Say it.
Utilize his athleticism because he's a sneaky athlete. He's a white guy. He's a sneaky athlete, He's actually faster than people think. So use him in the run game, play action, design QB draws and read options. Use that and exploit a gettable defense. I'm not saying throw the ball over the place because that's not his game. Run the ball, use Saquon, use your legs and Daniel Jones, and take care of home field. And yeah, I just think the Giants got it. I don't know. I just think they can run the ball. And if you can run the ball, control the trenches, and not turn the ball over, you win the game. I don't trust Baker. And I thought you would. The resident Baker Mayfield hater. Like I thought you would not trust him at all. But don't go be changing your picks because I said nah, bro. I can't get bro. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Fuck Baker, word. Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. Go Giants, word.
Fuck Baker, word.
Fuck Baker, word. Let's go Giants, man. You convinced me, son. You don't be a lawyer, son. That's why you're a teacher, son. That's why you're a teacher.
That's why I'm a teacher. I got kids buying into
the stock, man. All right. So we got Patriots and Steelers. Who you jacking, my guy? Who you jacking?
Steelers, man. Keep it short. I think the Steelers defense. Yes, they lost T.J. Watt for the game and for a couple weeks, but Minka is a goat. Minka's a dog. He got that dog in him, and I just think that they were able to. Mac Jones is hurt with his back. The Patriots have no receivers. They have no offense whatsoever, and I think Mitch Trubisky, with the weapons that he has, Najee Harris a little dinged up, but the weapons receiving wise and fire moves, like I think they can keep the chains moving. If you watch, that game is going to be like super fast. I think there's not going to be a lot of scoring, of course, but I think run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, and just keep getting first downs. Keep getting first downs. And it's the first home game for the Steelers. Give me Mike T, man. Give me the Black Air Force energy, man.
The power of the forces. Shout out to Chisel Adonis. I'm going with the Steelers as well. Who'd have thought Steelers going 2-0? That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy. I think it's a pick 'em or like Patriots are slightly favored. We'll get to that in like a little bit, but Steelers, man, they home. The terrible towels gonna be toweling.
The terrible towels are gonna be toweling. Okay,
give me the Steelers, man. It's short and simple. The defense is gonna show up, and a balanced game of. And plus, Pickens didn't really get involved. Claypool had some sweeps or whatever, but he didn't really do much. Deontay had, besides that one, a miraculous catch he caught was very non-existent. So, like, I feel like Mitch got to get more comfortable, get them the ball, maybe do some short passes, some slants and stuff, and let them do the rest. But, hey, I think they can make it happen. And if Najee does play, shit, that's barbecue chicken right there. Because the Dolphins ran all over the Rams. I said Rams. Dolphins ran all over the Patriots. Why can't the Steelers? Najee Harris is better than all the running backs I'm not saying he's faster, but he's better at this moment. So why can't he go for like a buck something? Why not?
You're right. Now here's where we get to, like, this is the part of the show where we're probably gonna say the same picks, and it's in the spread where we might differ. Because I literally every single 4:00 game. It's supposed to be a blowout. It's like projected to be a blowout. Like, and I'm just gonna rapid fire this: Rams, Niners, Bengals. Oops, sorry.
Broncos, get it together now.
Raiders, and Packers. Right. Every single one of those games, every single one of those teams are favored by more than a touchdown. Every single one, except for the Raiders game, it's like 6 points. So every single team I picked has a fantastic offense that, didn't show up last week. Literally every single one did not show up last week. And it's one of those, this is where the spread picks in. Like, I think all these games are actually going to be close. I'm taking the spread in every single one because the Broncos, for example, trusting a 64-yarder from 4th and 5. I ranted about it yesterday, but do we think that is going to be a recipe for success? No, I don't think so. 49ers, Trey Lance, how are they? Are they going to be able to, muster more offense against a solid Seahawks defense? Solid, not bad, not great, solid. Cowboys is hurt, so you would think, Bengals should score a bunch of points. No, that defense of the Cowboys is still there. Micah Parsons is that dog. And we already see what T.J. Watt did. Like, Micah Parsons might go for 3 sacks. And then, like, a batted pass. Like, the offensive line for the Bengals can be gotten. So, every single one of the games, I think the Raiders game is like, the Cardinals have no pass rush. Like, Raiders should score a lot of points. And the Packers, they got to get right. Because if they lose to the Bears, pack it up. Pack it up, right, Aaron? You know, just not retire, but that season's done. So every single one of the teams I just picked, and Renault picked the same exact teams, probably for different reasons, probably for the same reasons. They're all projected to win by more than 6 points.
We'll talk about that later.
But like, if they lose, a lot of question marks. And I know week 2, oh my God, it's only early in the season. You start actually thinking, hey, are these teams as good as we think they are? So I just think that it's, I that's all I got. That's all I got. Sorry, just take over, but yeah, I'm like, we're gonna pick the same teams. Let's not rush. And like,
you kind of rushed it though. You know what I'm saying? You rushed it, huh? Rams, because they got it. Like Rams got to bounce back, as you mentioned. Allen Robinson got to get involved. Cam Akers got to get involved. Like the defense got to do something. They got to do something. You know what I'm saying? 49ers got to get it right. It's at their home, first home game. Trey Lance, if you lose, best believe the media's going to be on your ass getting Jimmy G in the starting lineup if he's not traded to the Cowboys. Bengals got to bounce back. There's a lot of turnovers, and Micah Parsons might disrupt it, but Trayvon Diggs is going to get burned by Chase. I hope T. Higgins is okay. I'm going with the Bengals because I feel like they're going to bounce back, and they're going to score like 30, maybe even 40, because the Cowboys have a bend but not break system, but that can only get you so far. If you play a team where, you know what I'm saying, like who has a chip on their shoulder now, because they like, oh, this shit real. Like we just lost to the Steelers. Granted, divisional rival. You're probably gonna lose that game if you throw 4 interceptions, turn over the ball 5 times, miss a field goal, get a field goal block. Like a lot went their way, but they still could have won that game. So I think they're gonna bounce back when it gets the Cowboys. Broncos. What the fuck was that? Monday night. Lock in for last week out, all right? Russell Wilson, go crazy. It's the Texans. It is the Texans. Javonte, we talked about it yesterday on the review. Yo, if you don't make him just straight RB1, like what are they doing? Melvin Gordon got better hands, in my opinion. So if you want to implement like the Brown system, where you have Nick Chubb being the bell cow and Melvin Gordon being like the Kareem Hunt role, where he's like running a little bit, but more so catching the ball, to go bananas. Go bananas with that. Raiders are gonna bounce back. The Cardinals do not have a pass rush right now, and so that's gonna give Derek Carr to throw time all day to throw. Buda Baker can only guard one person. He's probably gonna guard Darren Waller. So that means Hunter Renfro's gonna eat. Devontae Adams is gonna eat. Packers gotta get right. I expect a big game from both Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. I expect both of them to have like at least 50 yards rushing, maybe a touchdown apiece. Like it's gonna be like because maybe Watson might have a bounce back. He might have a bounce back. He might try him again on some deep route shit and maybe make that go in. But I'm going with the Packers to bounce back and to catch a W. You know what I'm saying? So now we got a doubleheader Monday night, which is awesome. I thought that it usually happens week 1, but it's happening week 2. So hey, am I going to complain about it? No, absolutely not. Absolutely, absolutely not. So I'm going with the first game. I'm going with the Bills. It's going to be close in the beginning. It's kind of going to be similar to the Rams game, unless Derrick Henry goes absolute ape shit, or Treylon Burks has his coming out party. But all signs is pointing to the Bills winning a game. Well, winning this game.
I agree. I don't think the Titans, because here's the thing: the Titans always somehow, some way, like beat the Bills. Like was last week's game an aberration or was it a trend? You know, I think that the Bills defense, man, that's just, they literally didn't blitz and got home and sacked Matt Stafford for 7 times. Now, the Rams offense had more weapons, and the Titans offense leaves a lot to be desired. So, again, I think it's going to be close, but Bills should win. Like, it's one of those that should win, and if they don't or don't look great, it's going to be, oh, my God, the Bills are overhyped, da-da-da-da. I think they're going to take care of business, but it's not going to be by more than 10 points, that's for sure. So Give me the Titans for sure. That's a
Titans?
Titans. My bad. Cover the spread.
Okay. And last game of the week, we got Vikings at the Bengals.
This right here, I'm excited.
It was a good game. It was a good game. Good game. I'm going with the Vikings. The Eagles left a lot to be desired. They let the Lions come back. I know they was like, oh, but they ran the ball. That's why they came back. Dalvin Cook is a good running back. Good running back. So if they can't get the defensive line right, Dalvin Cook's gonna have a day, which sets up the play action, which sets up everything. Justin Jefferson might go for another 150 yards. But the Eagles, in their advantage, they have two good corners, Bradbury and Slade. So they could have one and a high safety bracket him on both sides. They could do that. Gardner Johnson from the Saints, he's a safety. So they can have them double team Justin Jefferson. But then Adam Thielen, you got to wake up. You got to come through. You got to come alive, my brother. KJ Osborne, yo, my boy, pull up. Jalen Reagor, revenge game. I'm sorry for the crying baby. Jalen Reagor revenge game. Because, bro, he was ridiculed in Philadelphia. And he's going out. He gets to go play at Philadelphia against them. I don't think he suited up last week. So his first game suited up. Yo, he might get a touchdown. He might get a touchdown. He might do something. Because he was nice. Nice enough for them to pick him above Justin Jefferson. And we know how that turned out. But I think the defense of the Vikings, they have momentum. Because they only allowed Aaron Rodgers for 3 points. No, 7 points. Sorry. 7 points. Bro, give me the Vikings, man.
You're going to be shocked. I'm going with the Vikings, too.
Oh, we lit. Oh, shit.
I think because you mentioned all the weapons about everybody, but I think the telltale sign, the Lions were able to come back. You know, like the Vikings game, they got out to a big league, and it never felt like, are the Packers going to come back? No, I think the Vikings, like, stamped it like, yo, we are here. Can they stop the run is the question, because the Packers, they don't have anybody, no weapons, or like any one weapons really going on for them, except for the running backs.
And the running backs went crazy.
For the Eagles, they are a running team, and they got A.J. Brown, who's not – it's like Justin Jefferson, and then A.J. Brown's like right the next rug of like talented receivers. So I'm excited for this game. Should you trade Montgomery for Landry?
Yes.
Cool, I think so. Because Jameis and Jarvis Landry have been doing their thing together. They got like 7 catches, $1 something. Like,
but I would wait. Till after. Like I feel like since we're doing this, I guess we got that. But real quick, before we take a little break for the next segment, if you're gonna do trades in fantasy, I would wait till after week 2. This will be after this week, because week 1 is week 1. You know, week 1 happens. Like a lot of players, Austin Eckler had a dud, Derrick Henry had a dud, so on and so on. But you gotta wait for the second week, because then once it's like maybe even week 3. But if you're anxious and you have a good trade, then definitely I would suggest doing it. But I know once a coincidence, like once an instance. Twice is a coincidence, 3's the pattern, something like that. It's 3s. It's a thing of 3s, something like that. So if you're gonna trade it, I would wait till after the Bucs game, especially with Jarvis Landry, because the Bucs, they might try to not limit him. You know what I'm saying? But the game is mad ring. Real quick before we move on, he says Julio over Lockett. Yes. Hunt over Montgomery? Yes. Yes to both. Hunt's going to go crazy, and Chubb's going to go crazy. And then Julio, Lockett didn't do much. Lockett didn't do it. He had some good catches, but in terms of like statistics-wise, he didn't do much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I would go both. But, Kyle Singer, appreciate you for joining the show. We will be right back in a couple seconds, maybe like a minute or two.
Another production.
And we're back. We're back. Welcome back. Again, this is week 2 predictions and spreads and stuff. We just did the prediction side. Now we're doing the spread side. I have to share my screen for the Excel sheet. Give me 2 seconds. I didn't want to do it mid the thing and it just change everything. So I was like, let me just play the song real quick and then get here. So we got the spreads. All the spreads are provided by FanDuel. Shout out to Natural Baps, Natty Baps, Natural Baps. That's mad weird, right? So we're gonna go through all the games, through all the spreads. We're gonna go through our locks of the week, and then that's gonna be the show. So with that said, tomorrow Chargers Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 4.5. We both have the Chargers winning, so obviously Chargers plus 4.5, right?
Yeah, Chargers straight up plus 4.5. If you want to bet Chargers money line, just because you could get more money for Chargers money line if you think the Chargers are going to win. So I might actually I have a lot of bets I have for both, but for purposes of our like records, I'm picking straight up Chargers money line because that's what I'm betting.
Oh, money line? Okay,
that's what I'm betting most. I'm betting mostly Chargers money line. But that's just, if you want to do spread, you think the Chiefs might win, but keep it close. I just think the Chargers are going to win at all. That's just straight up. So yeah, give me the Chargers money.
That's cool. So now for those who don't know, if the Chiefs do win, but it's by like less than 4, I would win because the Chargers covered the spread. So it's covering my ass, you know what I'm saying? But if they win outright, then it's still the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It was the same thing. All right. Dolphins, Ravens at home. First home game of the season. We're favored by 3.5. More than 4. I don't think we're gonna cover. Why the fuck not? You know what I'm saying?
Shit. I think I'm not touching that money. I'm not touching that spread at all. I just think y'all gonna win.
So Ravens money line.
I can enter it too. You good.
Oh, you could? My fault. Last time you struggling. I don't know.
I'm sorry. It might not update immediately, but it's gonna show. But I got you. Yeah. Ravens money line. Again, y'all could win by 30. I could win by a field goal. I don't really care. I just think y'all gonna win. Word. So far we have the same. So far we out here like picking the same, right?
Right.
I got the Jets covering the spread, so I got the Jets plus 6.5.
What?
I don't think the Browns have an explosive offense outside of the running backs. And as you mentioned it, yeah, the Jets did a decent job at stopping the run. They was like, all right, Lamar beat his passing, and he did, which is great. Great for you, great for his contract that should have happened already, but we're not going to talk about that. But I think the Jets are going to say, all right, Jacoby, beat us with your arm. Whatever weapons. They have Amari Cooper, great, but that's it. I don't really know about Donovan Peoples-Jones. I don't really know about any other receivers. So I think that the Jets, they're not going to win, but I think they're going to cover.
I'm going with Browns money line. I know, why don't you just do Jets plus 6.5? No, because on the odd chance that the Jets get blown out, I don't want to take that risk. So I think the Browns are going to win the game. And it might be by more than 6. It might be by 5. It might be by a touchdown. Oh, good?
Yeah, we're good. Let's get comfortable.
So I think that the Browns just straight outright win. I'm going with that. That's just me.
All right, cool.
That shit was a phantom Jets plus 6.5 right there, yo.
Okay.
That shit spawned out of nowhere. I was like, oh, what the hell? All right, so
Next we got Commanders at Lions. Give me the Lions minus 1.5.
I'm going with Commanders plus 1.5 because I just think that we talked about it. I just think that they're gonna have a good game. I think they're gonna have a good balanced game and get right, you know.
For sure. I also gonna take Jags plus 4.5. If you're wondering why, if you look at the left side, it's like, oh, why are some teams minus, some teams plus? I only focus on the home teams. So the home teams, like that's what their bet is. So for example, Jaguars is plus 4.5, meaning if they lose by more than 4, I lose the bet. But I only focus on the home team's perspective. So I have Jags plus 4.5. I could have put Colts minus 4.5, and it would have been the same exact thing. So what you thinking right now? Colts minus 4.5 or money
Nah,
line?
money line. All right, you convinced me because they never played. The Colts never played well in Jacksonville, so I still think they squeak out the dub, but it might be closer than what people think.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if Darius Leonard does not play. Well, Shaq Leonard. If Shaq Leonard plays, then I might have been leading with the 4.5. But since he's not playing, I'm going with the money line, straight money line.
Come on now. Say that's game. Say it's money line. We can move on that one. If I
Money
was,
line. You get more money with the money line?
yeah, because right now we're a favorite underdogs by 2.5 points. So right now it's hold on. I can literally tell you right now. It will be plus. Wait for it. Right now we are plus 120 straight up. Meaning if I bet $100, I'd win 120. But with the spread, it's minus 108. So I bet $100. I have to bet $108 to win 100.
I'm with you. I think the Saints gonna win, but I'll go with the money line there.
There we go. Next we got Panthers at New York. I got the Giants winning just straight up. So I mean,
Is there more money that way? Money lines?
money line is straight up. Yeah, money line. Okay, so that's a great question. So good question. Let me get more comfortable. Hold on, because I'm a nerd for this. So money line is better for. Oh, thanks for now. Money line is better in terms of odds because you're picking a team to just straight up win, right? There's no 50. There's no they can lose by this amount of points, right? Like no, you're picking a team that's just straight up win by 1 point by 40. Doesn't matter as long as they win. Versus a spread, they can lose, but like if they win, great. But if they lose, they can lose by this amount, and there's a lot more chance to win a spread bet than an actual just straight up bet. So you got a lot of things have to go right for that team to win. But if let's say the last game we talked about was not the Saints, but let's talk about the Saints, right? Let's say the Saints are down by Saints are down by 8 going into the fourth quarter, and we're down by 8. We score a touchdown, but we go for 2 and miss, right? Damn, we lose the game. Oh, but my spread covers. I cover the spread because the Saints didn't get blown out. Like it's one of those like if the Saints win straight up, great. But or if we miss a field goal to win the game or tie the game, we lose by 3 points, and then I lose my spread. But if the Saints cover that, it's such a small amount that getting money line is better in this case. So that's my little 2 cents, little rant on ShabazzTV about money line versus spread. And yeah, so
Cool.
Giants money line. That's what I got. And yeah,
So Giants money line is the way to go. Then is what you're saying.
if you're making bets, yes. But actually, so fantastic. So you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave. Don't leave again. It's kind of weird being by myself. But if your team that you want to win is an underdog, go with the spread or go with the money line. So, for example, the Saints are underdogs because they have plus 2.5. Go with if you think the Saints are going to win, take the money line. But if you think, like the Giants are favored by 1.5 points, right? You think they are going to win. So in that case, it's more money to bet the spread because I'll literally tell you a perfect example with this game exactly. Giants, right? So the Giants are favored by 1.5. You bet $112 to win 100 versus if you bet straight up money line, it's 126. It's minus 126 when you got to bet $126 to win $100. So it's a little bit more odds. It's like a little bit better. So that point, it doesn't really matter if you're like making big parlays, but for purposes of like better odds for your parlay, go with the spread if you think the favorite's gonna win.
Okay.
So, yeah, like with the Falcons and Rams. Oh, we're not there yet. Sorry. Steelers and Patriots. You can go first.
Steelers covering, bro. Steelers gonna win the game.
Right.
Yeah.
I just got straight up money line. I just think Steelers are gonna win straight up.
I think when I'm gonna make a couple of tickets, one of them is gonna like straight be money lines, whatever, and then another one's gonna be this exact thing. So hopefully it works out. I'm trying to get rich here. Yeah, word.
All right. So
all
like,
my 10-cent bets, word.
So here's the thing too, right? We got the Falcons plus 10.5. Well, at this, I'm picking Falcons plus 10.5 because, like, money wise, you would have to bet. Like, if you think the Rams are gonna blow them out by more than 10 points, then yeah, pick the spread because the money line bet is minus 550, meaning you have to bet $550 just to win $100. Versus the spread is just minus 106 if you think the Rams are going to blow them out. But I think the Falcons are going to keep it close. So that's plus 10.5. That's minus 114. But if I thought the Falcons, you know what? Fuck it, the Falcons are going to win straight up. That's plus 410. Meaning $100 wins you 410 beans. Like, it's crazy. So I think the Falcons are going to keep it close. I don't know about that offense. I don't know about Matthew Stafford's elbow. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah,
Going Rams money line. Me personally, I don't do well with big spreads. I just don't, because to say a team is going to win by 2 scores, that's hard. Now you say, oh yeah, we both got the Rams to win the game. That's my lock of the week. Rams money line is a lock for me. Like, that's one of my locks. We're gonna talk about that in a couple minutes. But like, yo, I think Rams gonna win the game. But can the Falcons score a late touchdown? Yes, they can. And just fuck up the whole parlay. They definitely can do that. So that's just like, damn. So I'm going with Rams money line here just because I think Rams are gonna win that. All right. 49ers, same thing. I'm going 49ers money line. I will be. A lot of people are trending with Seahawks plus 8.5. And I'm not one of them because I don't think the Seahawks are going to win the game. They might keep it close, but if Trey Lance can have a good game, then it's GG's in the chat.
Yeah, that if is a question mark. Yes, I know Debo's that dog. Debo. Shoot, Debo coming. But I just think the Seahawks, man, they got something with Geno. That might have been a one-night wonder, Monday Night Football, the theatrics and all that, but I just think they have a good team, a solid team that they're not going to lose by more than 8 points. Now, can they? Absolutely. But I just don't think, just like I don't think the Cowboys are going to lose by more than 7. I just don't see how a defense as good as Dallas can just, shit the bed. If their offense can't score, that's one of those things I'm the offense can't score, right? So I'm at this, I'm like, oof, offense can't score. Are they going to be enough to catch up with, stay afloat with the Bengals? Well, we said the same thing about the Steelers, right? Steelers can't score. But
defense, they only scored 16 points.
Yeah. So can the Cowboys score 16 points? A lot to be seen. But I'm gonna trust in the Cowboys defense to keep it close.
Yeah, I'm buns, man. I'm going with straight Bengals money line here because I feel like that's the safe bet. Because it could easily be straight blow the top off, drop 40 on them. Cooper Rush gets nothing, and it'd be like a 30-something to zip. It could easily be like that. or it could be close, like Natty Babs is trying to manifest into the ether.
Definitely trying to do that.
You know what I'm saying? But
Got
and
some money.
then like these spreads are like if you're a risk taker, go with we can go Bengals plus 7.5. Win by 2 scores. That's it. Winning by 2 scores is easy. It's doable. It's doable. But for me, I just wouldn't, you feel me, put that energy in there. Especially if you're doing like a massive parlay. Because if you say you got all these right and your last thing is Bengals plus 7.5 and they only win by like 6, or they only win by a touchdown, like literally 7 points, and you need that extra half, like that would suck. So for the safe side, I would go with Bengals money. Same thing. Main reason why I'm going with Broncos money line, because the Texans, they gonna keep it close. I already know. General Davis Mills. I don't know why, but he's a guy, man. He's a guy, and Justin Simmons is out, so that's a key. They still got Pat Surtain. They still got, I forgot who the other corner was, but yo, they have a good defense regardless. Bradley Chubb, I think Troy Aikman was talking mad shit, and as soon as he started talking shit, Bradley Chubb got like 2 sacks. I was like, oh yeah, it's lit. It's time. So like, so he's gonna get to the quarterback, but the safe bet, it would be for me, Broncos money line.
Broncos burn me once, shame on you, shame on me, whatever it's phrased. Because man, I was like, bro, that Broncos, man, they gonna nah. It's not that I don't trust that offense. I don't trust the coaching staff. I know it was one game, but there was a lot of questionable decisions by Russell Wilson and the coaching staff. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good. That doesn't, it doesn't give me confidence, Like most teams should have been able to like put points on the board in multiple goal line situations and did not. That goes down to coaching and play calling and also quarterback play. I'm not saying Davis Mills is the next Aaron Rodgers, but I do think that the Texans as a team, they might be a little bit better than people think. So I think they're going to keep it close. If the Broncos win, I don't really mind. I don't think it's by 9.5 points.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Like, that's what I'm talking about. But this is where the 5.5s, that's why I kind of get a little shaky. I'm going with Raiders money line.
What?
I know, but listen, Linda. Only 2 games last week were blowouts.
That is true. But what's a blowout, though?
What's a blowout? More than 2 possessions.
5.5, that's a touchdown. That's right. 6 points.
Listen. But only 2 games. 3 if you count the Jets game, right? 3 if you count the Jets game, right? Ravens, Jets, Bills, Rams, Cardinals, Chiefs. I would be the type to say, you know what, fuck it, go with the Raiders minus 5.5 at home. But I just don't. I'm buns. To say a team is gonna win by more than 6 points when I could just say, hey, they're gonna win the game, I'm cool with that. So I think the Raiders money line is the way to go.
I mean, I was going with the money line anyway, but like, you feel me? You was out here talking about, oh yeah, it's lit, it's up, like, you feel me? Lions plus 1.5. But you have a very conservative week.
Time out. That was the only game I said the favorite was gonna win by more than the spread. Right. Every game I said it was gonna be money line or the cover of the spread.
Nah.
Oh, like this Lions is the one game I said it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more than 1 point, more than 2 points. Like, come on, give me some credit, All
right, Packers. I'm going with Packers money line. I would not be surprised if you. I'm pretty sure, knowing you probably gonna put Bears plus 8, plus 9.5. Knowing you probably will. But pissed off Aaron Rodgers. They're at home. He owns the Bears. That's 3 elements that I cannot dispute, and I'm going with Packers money line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You going with Bears?
You're
them as.
Oh,
Bears plus 9.5 is not. That's not even crazy.
the weather. It's supposed to rain. Like it's like a 50% chance to rain.
Maybe I. That means we're running the ball with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. So I think they'll be okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm going with Bills money line. Yo, bro, this is a bad week, bro. Like people, if you're watching this, like you're like, oh, why aren't you doing it? Like, bro, it's hard, bro. It's honestly difficult. Like, it's honestly hard. Like, it's honestly because you making those aggressive plays. Like, oh yeah, the Bears are gonna cover, Texans are gonna cover, Cowboys are gonna cover. They might lose the game, but they're gonna cover the spread. Like, that's cool. But I'm going with who I think is going to win the game. That's where I'm like, that's where my money's at.
Here's my thing. It's still way too early to tell. Two, any given Sunday. I believe in that. No questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's still too early to tell who's a great team and who's a bad team. Yes, we know the Bills are fantastic, but are we going to write off the Titans because they lost to the Giants, right? Like, their offense didn't look great, but like, are the one bad offensive game are we gonna the Titans can't score or they can't stop the run or whatever? Like, I just think that Titans, like, I gotta go not with the Titans to win, but I can't just disrespect King Henry to lose by more than 10 points.
Sure,
I just can't. Like yeah, maybe Broncos could beat the Texans back in the day by more than 10 points, but I just don't. The Titans won the number one seed in the AFC. Last season, but you got to give them some respect. But now I'm going Vikings money line though. That's for sure. All right, I'm going Vikings money line because hold on, I just think the Vikings are going to win the game straight up. So
I'm going. Yeah, I agree. And I'm gonna change my Ravens pick to Ravens money line because I'm thinking the defense of the Dolphins is legit. So they're probably gonna keep it close. So my locks, I have a couple. I'll mark them in blue. These are my locks. Browns money line is a lock. Colts money line is a lock. Rams is a lock. Bengals and Broncos are a lock. Those are my locks. Raiders could lose. They definitely could lose. Packers could lose. Oh, my fault. Bills money line. Sorry, Bills money line is a lock. That's it. Those are my five. Oh, I can't count. Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 locks. Those are my 6. So I'm gonna do a massive parlay with all of these, but I'm gonna do a separate parlay with just these 6 because I'm confident I could win some money. Maybe like a couple dollars. But yeah, a couple dollars is a win for me. A win's a dub. I mean, you can get it how you get it, you know. Right. So those are my locks for this week.
all right, hold on. I had to sign in again. Sorry about that.
I told you.
Shut up. No, like my computer was like, "Oh, sign in," and I was like, "Oh, shit." Okay, my locks. Whew.
Do you want me to mark it for you, Ed?
I got it. I'm gonna put mine in little gold. Feel me? Got Saints money line. Lock. Steelers money line.
That's a lock?
That's a lock, baby.
Wow.
Steelers money line. Bears to cover the spread.
That's a lock.
That's a lock. And then my last one. I don't have a lot of locks this week, but 3. And then an underdog. If I had to pick an underdog to just win the game,
Chargers
count.
Chargers.
Yeah. So my 3 locks is those 3. If I had to pick an underdog to win, I'm picking Chargers to win, because they technically are underdogs. And yeah, I have no other confidence as week 2, just like week 1.
You can't see it, son.
Give it some time. Give it some time.
Yeah, my underdog would be Chargers plus 4.5. I think it's definitely possible. Or I guess technically Steelers plus 2.5 would technically be an underdog. Like, so
like I'm like a big underdog. Like if I had to pick somebody to win, like not necessarily just like a fun $10 straight up money line pick. Based on what I've seen from all the teams that are like big underdogs,
the Titans
to win,
because they always play the Bills close, and they always beat the Bills. They always beat the Bills for some reason. They always beat the Bills.
I'd probably go Bears. Because Aaron Rodgers before had Devontae Adams, and now they don't. So who's gonna stop that defense? Like who's gonna be able to who's gonna exploit the Bears defense on that team? But if I had to pick an underdog just to straight up win, probably the Bears. Clip it.
Clip it. Message. Oh man. But again, hey, you never know. Any given Sunday, y'all. Any given Sunday. But ladies and gentlemen, that does it for week 2 predictions and spreads, odds, and stuff. Sponsored by no one yet. Eventually. FanDuel, hit us up, bro. What's up? FanDuel? Come on. We making y'all money because we gonna put money into y'all. So spin the block. Pay it forward. Help a small little YouTube channel grow to millions and millions of people. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. These are our locks. I have Rams, Colts, Bengals, Broncos, and Bills. Natural has it's still not there, but I remember Saints, Steelers,
Bears plus
9.5.
And then if the Chargers, if an upset would be Chargers to upset or the Bears to upset.
Okay. With that said, enjoy week 2 of football, y'all. Until then, I'm Shabazz.
Matty Baps.
We'll see you guys next week.
It's funny, I know about it. Certain to somebody. Sometimes.